Your 12 years of partnership evaporated the moment he handed your diabetic daughter's insulin bills back to you like grocery receipts. His son's eviction became your financial sentence, 5 a day for dinner's Yao'd cook, while your child rationed medication. When the payment stopped 2 weeks in, and that crumpled 40 landed on the counter, I watched you realize the math: unpaid pizza cooling beside your phone, uneaten by their son. Your choices are hardening. No, each silent meal you serve only your biological child carves deeper into the lie of family. Silence becomes the currency here, doesn't it? You buy loyalty in the only way he's taught you: portion by withholding portion. The first time he said his grown son needed to move in, I smelled blood in the air. Not the metallic kind, slow drain kind, where promises evaporate and obligations clamp around your ankles like rusted shackles. You'll handle his meals, my boyfriend announced, a decree, not a discussion. 12 years together, 12 years of his son calling me that woman, and now my hands were to become his personal kitchen. I remember the shock icing my veins. I thought, watching his 25-year-old parade new sneakers while my diabetic daughter rationed insulin vials. Yet my boyfriend's gaze hardened when I refused. Be fair, he said. Fair? Our boy's only 12, is still growing, still needing, while his man-child blew paychecks on bar tabs. The agreement was paper-thin: 5 a day for dinner. A mockery. $40 arrived 2 weeks late, sticky with guilt. Then nothing but empty chairs at my table and emptier promises. I started weighing portions, slipping extra chicken onto our son's plate when his grown half-brother wasn't looking until laundry night. I'd saved that pizza like a secret, 2 slices for my boy's lunch, the rest for tomorrow's grind. But then I heard Ithai's voice, slick with false concern, calling his son to while I sorted socks. 8 slices gone. 8. My son's face fell like a landslide when he saw the box. And there he stood, my boyfriend, marble-eyed. Disgusting, he hissed when I shook. No, is a man who lets his partner's child go hungry to feed a son who sneers at her, is defending theft with the hypothetical tears of our 12-year-old, while his grown boy licks grease off his fingers. My nails dug crescent bruises into my palms. What father steals food from his child's mouth to feed a man who won't even call him dad? The smell of burnt cheese still clings to my hands 2 hours later. That pizza was supposed to feed my actual child tomorrow. The child who still needs me. The one whose growth charts hang crooked on the fridge, while this grown man-thigh's stranger, who calls me nothing, devours our groceries with his father's blessing. They made the agreement seem so reasonable that first night. $5 a day, his rough hand patting mine like we'd solved world hunger. But bills don't wait for promises. Insulin vials don't care about empty wallets. 2 weeks carrying his grown son's meals while my daughter rationed her test strips. 2 weeks watching our grocery money evaporate like steam from his son's untouched plates. $40 came eventually, crumpled bills tossed on the counter like paying a dog walker. 8 days accounted for in a currency that doesn't cover dignity. When the payment stopped again, I stopped cooking. Let the silence grow mold in the fridge. Then tonight's pizza box greased and warm in my arms became the flashing neon sign of my stupidity. His voice calling down the hallway still drills into my temples as though this were his home. His right, 3 pairs of eyes watching me clutch that cardboard like a life raft while his grown son smirked through his 8th slice. My boy's leftover crusts hardening in the box. The real knife twist came after midnight, him leaning in our bedroom doorway, reeking of pepperoni and entitlement. You'd want someone to feed son if he was struggling at 25. Our son is 12. His spine still forming beneath skin, stretched too thin last month when I split his chicken breasts 3 ways. I counted the insulin pens in the kitchen drawer tonight. 6. My daughter needs 7 to make it till payday. In the dark, the numbers glow brighter than any apology he'll never speak. I held the 2 20s in my shaking hand, the ink smearing under my thumbprint sweat. $40 after starving us for 14 days. 14 dinners scraped together by counting cereal as a meal. By skimming portions from our 12-year-old's plate to feed a grown man who earns his own damn paycheck. The pizza box was supposed to be our smine, and the boy safeguarded for laundry night, when we'd be too exhausted to cook. I heard the call from the living room in that paternal tone he never uses for our actual child. 8 slices vanished down his son's throat while my son asked. The next morning, his breath hot with coffee and contempt disgusting. The word ricocheted in my skull as I stared at the empty fridge where my insulin-dependent daughter's butter compartment used to be one she stopped using to save money on her $1,000 a month life tax. He dared ask, but our boy is knee-high and hopeful. His is a man who told me, mid-bite of my meatloaf. I watched my boyfriend's hands that night-soft palms relaxed on the armrest while I de-scrubbed pans raw. No bills offered, no apron tied, just silence as his son's laughter drifted in from another night out, another full belly funded by our hunger. The math doesn't lie, 12 years of shared breath, yet head let our child chew air to feed his pride. The smell of pizza grease still clings to my hands as I replay last night-high's grown son devouring 8 slices meant for 12-year-old. Cheese smeared on his chin while my boy's stomach growled. 8 slices, like he was hollow, like my son's hunger meant nothing. It started with promises, his voice smooth, a contract sealed with empty air, 2 weeks of buying double portions, peeling potatoes at midnight, watching our grocery budget bleed dry while his son posted bar selfies, steaks glistening on his Instagram. $40 finally appeared 8 days worth, he said then. Silence thicker than the guilt when I took chicken from my boy's plate to feed the man who told me him. Yesterday broke me. I hid the laundry day pizza in the fridge. Labeled it came home to find the box gutted, crusts scattered like bones. And him high's father grinning. Family. The word tastes rotten now. This morning, his eyes turned cold when I snapped. He hissed, like I'm the villain for wanting our child fed first, not the man who gifts son a rent-free life while mine scrapes coins for insulin, not the one who watches me choose between eggs and my daughter's meds. He dared ask, and you're starving him. I stare at my shaking hands, 12 years of love, and this thighs is the currency. The fridge hums, empty again. I want refill it. The pizza box feels light when I lift it. Too light. 6 slices should be inside. 6 slices meant for tomorrow. For my 12-year-old's lunch while we're at the laundromat washing his school uniforms. My fingers punch through cardboard. Empty. Crumbs. 1 pepperoni curl clinging to the bottom. Behind me, your son chews with his mouth open. Grease glistening on his chin. 8 slices. 8. Where does he put it all? Nights out at bars while I counted pasta portions. His designer cologne burning my nostrils when he brushes past me to grab another soda from the fridge stocked. You're being disgusting, you say tomorrow. Not today. Today you just watch. Watch him devour tomorrow's food while ours kicks the inside of my ribcage. Your voice is so calm when you gut me. How'd you feel if it was our boy? Eats cafeteria nuggets because insulin costs more than gold. Shares his chicken when your grown man smirks and says, "Thanks, kid," taking without seeing. Without caring. The 40 you shoved at me after 2 weeks tastes like bile now. Crumpled guilt money. You counted each spoonful. Did you count his steakhouse receipts too? His dating app subscriptions? He's not your responsibility, you say. True. So true. But here's the knife twist, neither am I. Your son told me while I seasoned his pork chops. You're nothing, knife in my hand, tenderloin glistening. Cooks, pays, starves quietly so men can feast. Tomorrow y'all call me greedy. Tonight I lock the pantry. Let the knob rattle. Let the real family finally fend for itself.
This isn't mere selfishness. This is... His son's hunger was never about food, it was a scalpel to carve you into compliance. Every withheld dollar, every stolen meal, forced you into a toxic hierarchy, his lineage, yours. Observe the dual betrayal, both financial and emotional malnutrition. By demanding you feed his grown son while your diabetic child rationed insulin, he weaponized your motherhood against itself. The pizza slices weren't just stolen calories, they were a ritual sacrifice of your son's security to feed his fantasy of paternal dominance. The gaslighting lives in the $5 a day wasn't compensation, it was a performance of fairness to mask extraction. Late payments, deliberate, to keep you indebted, uncertain, gnawing on scraps of hope that had ever value your children as humans rather than budgetary obstacles. And the cruelty crescendos with, when he summoned his son to devour those pizza slices, he wasn't just taking food, was broadcasting your powerlessness. That meal represented your labor, your planning, your quiet rebellion against his exploitation. By destroying it, he proved your efforts could be vaporized with a single command. Here's the malignant truth: his loyalty isn't to blood, but to control. His grown son remains a perpetual child, because it sustains identity as a provider of fantasy. He feeds by starving your actual children. You weren't cooking meals, you were subsidizing his delusion. The lingering smell of burnt cheese, that's the scent of cognitive dissonance burning away. You now see the equation: his family feasts on your labor while yours starves. Either you keep nourishing their destruction, or you let the whole rotten structure collapse. Choose your child. Always choose your child.